It's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to A Perfect Side, the new Monday second show. Last week you got a bit of an April Fool's, didn't you? But I did pound the perfect side of drama from Yes. Now this week I've been set a challenge from Mastermind Dave. Probably I think it's one of his favourite live albums, and it's Paris by Supertramp. Now this album was recorded in 1980 in France on the Breakfast in America tour, and this is tough because it's the great lineup of Supertramp, which was Rick Davies, Roger Hodgson, John Helliwell, Dougie Thompson and Bob Seimberg. They played the whole of Crime of the Century on this, which is a great album, my favourite Supertramp album as it is. So if they'd have played it all on one album, it would have been worse, but they mixed it up with all the other tracks. So I've had to sit and listen to this a few times. Because it's a double album, I thought I'd eliminate one of the albums. So listening to it a couple of times, and I thought, okay, we can do it now, and then I worked out which album. But first I'll just go through the whole album, just to recap everybody on this really good live album. My favourite live album by Supertramp as well. So this one opens up from Crime of the Century, School. It's a great track, but that harmonica live just brings the whole track together, and some lovely piano from Roger. Really good version live, that is. Then the second track is from Crisis. What Crisis? And it's the fantastic Ain't Nobody But Me. It's a great track in the studio, but the live version again is probably the definitive version of this song. It's just that wonderful sound, that rich organ sound, really good. Up next, from the album they were touring with at the time, Breakfast in America, and The Logical Song. Fantastic vocal from Roger. Some lovely, lovely saxophone playing from John Helliwell. A great song, one of my favourite songs on there, and it's probably the definitive version of that song as well. Go back to the great album Crime of the Century next, and we had Bloody Well Right. Classic track, isn't it? Wonderful keyboard from Mr. Hodgson. So that's side one. Tough. Side two opens up with Breakfast in America. Now, what I like, they opened up this song. It's great in the studio, but it sounds so much better live. I don't know why. There's some great saxophone on it. What a track. Track 2 on side 2 is a B-side that was from the single Lady, which came out 1975, and it's You Started Laughing. This is the only album I've got it on. I like this song. I must try and find the studio version. It's just a great song. I like that track, always have. Back to the Crime of the Century then. Hide in Your Shell, the best version of this song. I'm not so keen on it on the studio. It's one of the weaker tracks, I think, on the studio album. But again, what they bring it to life as a live song. Absolutely brilliant version of it. And then we have from Even in the Quietest Moments, when side 2, From Now On, One of my favourite tracks off the Even in the Quietest Moments album, Roger's wonderful vocal. What a great track to end side 2. So let's go to side 3. Back to the Crime of the Century. A brilliant version of Dreamer, another classic from the band. And we stay with Crime of the Century for the most brilliant Rudy. I think this is the best version of Rudy ever. Brilliant guitar work, brilliant saxophone. It's just absolutely brilliant. What can you say about this track? It's just brilliant, isn't it? Next track. We go to the Crisis. What Crisis? A Soapbox Opera. I love this song anyway, but again, it's just one of the best versions of this song that I've got. Pure magic. And the last track of side 3 is another Crime of the Century, and it's Asylum. Rick, oh, what a vocal. Probably the best track on this album. Asylum is a great track, but it's even better live. Side 4, Take Me the Long Way Home, which is from Breakfast of America. Now, I was never a great fan of this on the studio version, but when you put this on, it's brilliant. It's much better. Then from Even in the Quietest Moments, the brilliant Fool's Overture, 10 minutes of brilliance, definitive version of the song. 2 of us from Crisis. What Crisis Next? One of those little gems off the album. It's a great vocal from Roger. Really brought it to life. And then the albums with the title track of Crime of the Century. Again, the definitive version of this song. Bob's drums sound great, much richer than the album. So there we go. There's the album. So then I had to go and decide which is my favourite side. So as I said, what I did, the first thing I did, I listened to it a couple of times, and then I eliminated album 1. As much as I love album 1, I thought album 2 has got the better songs on it. So then we listened to side 3 and 4 again and again. It chopped and changed, but I listened to it under the headphones, which is always a good thing to do. After listening to it under the headphones, as much as I love Fool's Overture, it's probably the best version of that, I had to go with side 3 here, purely on Rudy and Asylum. That they're just the best tracks on this album. Brilliant playing. You've got, let's have a quick look. You've got 3 great tracks from Crime of the Century, all brilliantly done. Throw in a great version of a Soapbox Opera. I mean, this is when I thought Supertramp were at their very, very best anyway. But side 3 is just an amazing album side because of Rudy. So there we go. The perfect side for me on the live album from Supertramp, recorded in Paris, is side 3 because it's just brilliant. So there we go. Another version, another hard one to do already. 2 in and very hard to do. So, and you've started to give me some ideas as well, which is great. Okay, that's all for today. We're back tomorrow. And we're going to start off tomorrow with a viewer's request. And it's for a ambient sounding band. If you like Enya and Clannad, you're going to like these. And they are called Dead Can Dance. and tomorrow's retro ranking. As you know, this week Richard and I are celebrating our 40th video together, and we're doing glam rock. So I chose something very of the same ilk. I'm going to pick my top 10 songs of the wacky but wonderful band that's led by Roy Wood, and of course that is Wizard. So that's all coming tomorrow. All that leaves me to say is have a great day, and don't forget to go and vote in the Battle of Royale. If you go to the community tab, you'll find the picture of what's going on, and just follow the link and go and vote for your favourite album. I shall see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.